very much. I really enjoy talking on here, and I'm really, really grateful for you allowing me to give these workshops and allow me to be on here. So, well, thank you everybody for being on here. So tonight I'm talking about essential oils and skincare, and I'm going to share my screen. Let me get this up here.
Marianne, your eyes look beautiful.
Thank you. You know, no matter how many times you do this, it still takes a little finagling, right? Oh, there we are. All right, so carrier oils, essential oils, and your skin. So your skin is a part of the integumentary system, which includes your hair, skin, and nails. It's considered the largest organ in the human body, and it regulates homeostasis in the body. It protects our inside organs while keeping infections out and preventing us from getting sick. It's made up of two layers, the epidermis and the dermis. The epidermis consists of several divisions that produce like keratin. Everybody's heard of keratin. It gives the strength and the elasticity for the skin. Melanin, it gives its color. Merkel cells, it facilitates the touch receptors. And the Langerhans cells, it produces antigens to support our immune system. So we already have a natural like antibiotic, antibacterial. Our body already produces that within our skin. So this is amazing to me. The skin sheds layers of dead cells, about 30,000 to 50,000 dead cells every 24 hours, and it renews itself every 28 days. So you wonder like what dust is in your house? A lot of the dust is skin particles from our bodies. I know, I just saw Laura's face. I was like, oh. I know, I did the same thing whenever I'm like creating this workshop. So, you know, dermatological conditions or skin conditions, why do they happen? So, you know, our integumentary system is an outward reflection of other imbalances going on inside the body. So when we have like irritants inside the body, when we have toxins, bacterias, and like our gut is the main system that balances our skin. So what's happening on the inside happens on the outside. So also skin conditions occur because of genetics, because of just plain aging, because of pollutants and chemicals. So some of the conditions are like rosacea and acne and moles, psoriasis, hives, eczema. There's more than 3,000 skin disorders. That's just crazy to me. Like 3,000, that's a lot of like hair, skin, nails. That's a lot of different disorders. I don't know of another organ in our body that has more disorders than that. So in other conditions are like allergic skin conditions, hives, dermatitis, contact with chemicals and other irritant substances can cause dermatitis. So what happens is that we have antibodies in the bloodstream that recognize the chemicals and pollutants as foreign substances. So the body reacts, causing like rashes and irritations. How many times, if you touch bleach or the chemicals that you clean with, and then your skin gets dry and broken out and stuff like that. So also, changes in color and texture can occur anywhere on our body as a result from reactions to inflammations, viruses, bacteria, parasites. Parasites cause rashes in our body, and allergic reactions and chemical pollutant reactions. So our total focus is on detoxing, cleansing, and supplementing with vital nutrients for the cells for our cells to have essential well-being. So carrier oils. So a carrier oil dilutes essential oils before topical application. So a carrier oil is like a fixed oil, and it's fixed because it remains fixed on the skin. This means that unlike essential oils, it does not evaporate very quickly on the skin surface. So it actually allows the essential oil to have more time to be absorbed into our skin and into our body. So carrier oils don't have a strong odor, which means that they're ideal for controlling essential oil concentrations and the strength of an essential oil's aroma without altering its therapeutic properties. So carrier oils are derived from seeds, nuts, and fruits. So does anybody have any questions about this so far? Okay. So the nut carrier oils are really great for nourishing our hair, nails, and skin. They're extremely emollient and soothing for sensitive, dry, inflamed, and sore skin. Efficient in face mask treatments for acne-prone skin. That's pretty cool. They stimulate circulation, they have anti-inflammatory properties, and they facilitate wound healing and maintain the skin's tightness and elasticity. So I bet you we didn't even, we think all about essential oils. We never think about the oils that actually are mixed with the essential oils sometimes. So the nut oils include almond, hazelnut, macadamia, and coconut. Coconut oil is also a seed oil. So seed oils, they help skin conditions to rejuvenate the complexion, especially in mature or premature aging skin. They repair damage caused by dryness. They soothe itching, and they reduce appearance of scarring. So we have our carrot oils, our apricot, and our grapeseed oils. So our fruit oils are gentle and nourishing. They're light in texture to moisturize without leaving a greasy residue. They reduce the appearance of aging skin. They're suitable for sensitive skin. They are cleansing and softening, and they have antioxidant properties. So the fruit oil carrier oils are apricot, avocado, grapeseed, peach, and olive oil. I didn't think that like olive oil was a fruit oil, and wouldn't think of that. So essential fatty acid oils hydrate and soothe itchy, dry, inflamed, and acne-prone skin. They have anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, antifungal, antiseptic properties. They balance essential fatty acid deficiencies and skin's oil production. So if you have dry skin, the essential fatty acid oil is really, really good for dry skin. They help to balance the hormones, and they demonstrate like astringent properties that facilitate wound healing. So two fatty acid oils are argan oils and jojoba oil. So they absorb at different rates. And so this depends a lot on what essential oils you're going to use with it also. So the fast ones to absorb is like a safflower, a hazelnut, grapeseed, an apricot, a canola, fractionated coconut oil, macadamia nut oils, and mango butters. Average to absorb would be like a jojoba or an argan, the sweet almond, olive oil, the coconut oils. So the coconut oil is different than the fractionated coconut oil. Fractionated coconut oil, it means that it's separated. It's been processed to take out the solids of it. So you have the sunflower or coconut butter too. So the very, very slow to absorb oils is an avocado, castor oil, flaxseed, evening primrose. The shea butters are really thick, and the black currant seed and the borage oils are really, really thick. So what essential oils, what carrier oils do you normally use? Or do you have other ones that you normally use?
I've always used coconut oil.
I have a few different ones that I've used. I have them up in my cupboard to mix with my oils.
So what's your favorite?
I do love coconut oil. I burnt my hand yesterday and put lavender on it and then some coconut oil, and even like getting in the hot tub and shower today, it didn't even burn at all.
Very good. Very good. So is there another type of oil that you use? I love the argan oil for my face. It's I mix the argan oil with frankincense and the yarrow palm essential oils for my face because it absorbs really quickly, and it's the same like pH. It's the same type of makeup as our skin and our face. Anybody else?
Marianne, I'm using the argan oil for my hair.
Ah,
It makes it
okay.
look silky.
Yes, it does. It's really great for the scalp too.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what argan is, but I'm using it.
Argan oil is like a mineral. I'll explain. I have it explained later on in the
Okay.
seminar.
Okay.
I think I do anyway. Let me see. So I will. So a couple of the skin disorders. Rosacea is a chronic inflammatory condition of the face that is characterized by redness, dilated blood vessels, papules, and pustules. It superficially resembles like teenage acne, but it occurs in adults. It has persistent facial flushing, is an early sign of the skin's uncontrolled sensitivity to certain naturally produced inflammatory chemicals. I know for a fact I used to have rosacea before I started using the Doterra essential oils. And a lot of times it's from like a clogged liver. And it's from being allergic to different types of chemicals in our body. So it means that our body is actually overtoxic. And another person that I know has it, and they started using the doTERRA vitamins, which has a lot of nutrients, and his rosacea actually went away too. So our body depends on the nutrients and getting rid of the toxins. So essential oils for rosacea would be Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is the gentlest essential oil. It's great for sensitive skin issues. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-allergenic, and supports calmness. Like rosacea is from people who are stressed also. So we need calming because of our flushing. So we get stressed, the stress promotes the flushing in our face and everything. And so the calming of the Roman chamomile is really good. So sandalwood is another calming oil, and it relieves itching and inflammation. Heliochrysum actually mends the broken veins in our skin. And it's also anti-inflammatory, and it's also great for sensitive skin. Myrrh reduces the oozing of the wounds. And neroli tones the skin. It's good for sensitive skin, and it also helps with the circulatory tonic of our skin. So, what essential oil would you use? I would definitely use a combination of stuff because our bodies are just not made up of one particular thing. It has a lot of stuff going on inside of it. And so we need several things to combat whatever's going on. I would also use a detox type of thing to detox our inside of our body because of the chronic inflammation. So carrier oils for rosacea, jojoba oil. It's good for inflammation, and it's good for all skin types. It's actually a liquid wax, and it's similar to the sebum of our body that our body produces. So sebum is an oil that our body produces. Apricot kernel, it's light, and it helps with healing and rejuvenating the skin cells. Hazelnut absorbs really easily, and it's also good for all skin types, and it's rich in vitamins and minerals and proteins. I would not use the nut carrier oils if you have a peanut allergy, because you might be allergic to that type of oil too. So herpes, that cold sore that some people get, it's caused by the herpes simplex virus. This virus is a very, very, forget the word now. You can catch it really easily. So it's on doorknobs, it's on other places, and you can just get it onto your hands, and it's easily absorbed into your body. So, cold sores are usually at the edge of your lips, and this virus actually goes dormant in our spinal cord nerves. And whenever we get stressed, like sunburn or cold, or we're sick and we're tired, then the virus travels along our peripheral nervous system, up our spine, and it goes to the same skin site over and over again. So these oils, essential oils good for cold sores, is tree tea. An antiviral essential oil actually goes in there and helps to kill the virus, helps to kill the dormant virus also, if it's used over a very long period of time. So tree tea is antiviral, it's antihistamine, it's anti-inflammatory. Peppermint is an antiviral. It is also cooling. Sometimes cold sores can be ouching and kind of hot because of the inflammation. And so peppermint is also analgesic, so it's going to take away the pain from the cold sore. Melissa is another great essential oil to get rid of viruses and to get rid of the herpes simplex virus also. It's also known as lemon balm, and it has nervine properties, which means that it helps the nervous system. And it's antiviral, and it's sedative. So those two combinations together, it's going to work really, really well on this type of virus. So arborvitae is an antiviral. On Guard is doTERRA's combination immune support blend. It's also antiviral. And bergamot. I wouldn't have thought of bergamot to use on the cold sore. Bergamot is antiviral and neurotonic also, so it works on the nerves of the nervous system. I had a coworker that broke out with cold sores, and I gave him peppermint and I gave him On Guard, and he used just those two essential oils, and the cold sore went away within 2 days. And I worked with that guy for 4 years. He continuously used it, and he didn't have another breakout from the time that I worked with him. So that was a great testimonial for me to watch that happen. So poison ivy and poison oak and poison sumac. You know, it's summer's coming. We're going to be out in the yard and cutting down all the weeds and everything. So once you're exposed, you know, the blister eruptions happen within 24 to 48 hours. And so the essential oils that are great for poison ivy and poison oak and poison sumac is geranium. It's a detoxifier, it's regenerative, and it's a homeostatic. So it's going to bring balance back to the skin and back to the body. Wouldn't have thought of geranium either. Roman chamomile. Roman chamomile is just great for everything, right? It's great for sleep. It's great for calming. It's really great for sensitive skin. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-allergenic, and it supports calmness. Lavender is great because it's an antihistamine. It's soothing and it's regenerative. Frankincense is anti-inflammatory and also regenerative. Tea tree oil is antiseptic and analgesic. You know, the poison ivy pustules can be really, really painful. So tea tree would be really good for the antiviral, antibacterial to prevent any bacteria and to prevent any infections from getting in there. Myrrh would be another good one for that because myrrh helps with seeping wounds and it heals the wounds that way. Yep.
Do you spray on or do something preventatively with the oils, or do you know, if you've been around it or you're going to be around it, would be spraying like a water bottle with some geranium help keep it from getting it, do you know? Or
So
like if I would go for a walk on the trail, you know, or in Peters Woods Park or something, could I spray something like that on my skin to prevent it from attaching to me, basically?
If you mix it with the carrier oil, right? Because the jojoba oil and the coconut oil also have antibacterial, and it puts a coating on your skin, right? To prevent it from entering the skin.
Okay.
So it's lavender is regenerative. It's going to kill whatever comes onto your skin. Geranium is also detoxifying. So it's going to kill whatever comes onto the skin. Whenever I make my mixtures, I normally put the fraction of coconut oil in the spray bottle and with the different oils. I sometimes will use a little bit of witch hazel in it too to make it a little bit thinner.
Okay.
So yeah, for sure. So the carrier oils are argan, jojoba oil, and coconut oil. That all could be a mixture in that. I've had great success with the Doterra Purify with helping to heal the pustules from the poison ivy. And I put that in with a fraction of coconut oil. Purify is a mixture of a bunch of different oils, and it's Doterra's brand too. So the other condition is liver spots or age spots. And that's a common, skin condition that typically appears on the face and the forearms of older individuals. So liver spots, frankincense is great because it's restorative. It's also anti-inflammatory. Sandalwood is calming and sedative, and it's astringent. Spikenard is anti-inflammatory, and it's a tonic. It's actually going to help to keep the skin elasticity, and it's sedative. Petitgrain is also tonic, and it's a detoxifier, and it's sedative. So liver spots are usually, it usually comes from the sun, from sun exposure. So the carrier oils, fatty oils, help to prevent liver spots because they help to bring more of the natural oil that's in our body to the surface. And argan and jojoba oil is good for that. And pomegranate oil is great for treating age spots by curbing the effects of the sun's oxidation. So psoriasis is a chronic inflammatory condition causing thick, scaly red patches and bumps, commonly on the elbows and knees, and it's mildly itchy. So, I've seen eczema from working in the healthcare, system, psoriasis, and I really never knew the difference because everybody uses those terms interchangeable. And so what I've learned, is eczema is also known as dermatitis. And it appears in the crooks of the knees and the elbows, and it has intense itching to it. So essential oils for psoriasis includes tree tea oil, which is antiseptic, antibacterial, antifungal, and analgesic. Lavender, it reduces stress. It's an antihistamine. It's an antibacterial. It's regenerative. So if the psoriasis is caused by an allergic reaction, or the eczema is caused by allergic reaction, you could use lavender for the antihistamine effect of that. Geranium oil, because it helps to induce homeostasis back into our body, which is a balance. And it's a detoxifier, it's regenerative, and it's antitoxic. Peppermint oil is really good because it has the anti-inflammatory properties. It's also an antihistamine, it's analgesic, and it's cooling, so it's going to cool that mild itchiness. And it's a vasoconstrictor, which means that the blood vessels are going to close up more so that the condition can't grow, or the patches and the bumps can't get worse. Also, copaiba is an anti-inflammatory. It's an anti-analgesic, and it's antimicrobial. Roman chamomile, again, love that oil. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-allergenic, and it supports calmness. So the carrier oils that we would use for that is coconut oil, castor oil, because it's a really, really thick oil, and so it's going to allow the body to heal better, and argan oil and black seed oil. Black seed oil actually helps to get rid of the inflammation from the skin also, and helps to heal the patchiness and the scaliness of the skin. So eczema, is also known as a dermatitis, which is an inflammation of the skin. And, you could use the oils for psoriasis the same too, but the better oils for eczema is cedarwood because of the anti-inflammatory properties and the astringent properties and the sedatives. So the astringent would help with that intense itching. Neroli is anti-inflammatory, it's regenerative, it's sedative, and it's anti-mugenic, which means that it's going to help stop the body from reproducing that inflammation and that infection. So black spruce is also steroidal, and it's calming and it's restorative. So black spruce would be really good because it's a natural steroid. So it's going to heal that skin. And the carrier oils for this would be the coconut oil, the castor oil, again, because it's really thick, argan oil, and then the black seed oil. So with the essential oils, you can experiment. Of course, just like with anything else, everybody's body is totally different. And every single oil has a different property of its own. So that's how we choose them, because they all have a different chemical makeup with each oil. So acne. Acne is a skin condition that occurs when your hair follicle becomes plugged with oil and dead skin cells. So essential oils for acne include tea tree because of the antiseptic properties, antibacterial, antifungal, and analgesic properties. So it's going to help, numb that pain from that hair follicle being plugged. Sandalwood, because it's anti-inflammatory, it's calming, it's sedative, and it's astringent. So it's a natural astringent, like the medicines usually have an astringent in them. So now sandalwood is a natural astringent. Arborvitae is antifungal, antiviral, antibacterial. A lot of times acne is caused from a gut interruption of good bacteria and bad bacteria. So we need our probiotics to prevent acne for our skin. And so the arborvitae can help with that antifungal because of the Candida yeast, which is caused from the gut imbalance. So the carrier oils for that would be jojoba oil and hazelnut oil. So do we have any questions about the different conditions?
I have a question, Marianne. So the idea is to use a carrier oil and an essential oil together in order to possibly combat some of these conditions.
Yes. So whenever you have any type of irritation, the skin is already irritated. So you want to really cut down the essential oils because essential oils are really, really strong. Mm-hmm. And so if you were to just put an essential oil on that red, patchy, itchy skin, or that poison ivy, it might irritate it a little bit more. So the carrier oil has the same properties as anti-inflammatory, right, too. Mm-hmm. So it's going to have a double whammy on the skin condition. And the carrier oil is going to allow the essential oil then to be absorbed at a slower rate so that the body can utilize it better.
Okay, and so do you mix them together, like for the cold sore, for instance? Would you mix the two oils together and then apply it to the cold sore?
Yes, you would.
Okay.
You know,
Okay, good.
sometimes I just use the essential oils, just plain. It depends on your skin type. My
Okay.
skin is pretty hardy, so it doesn't really bother it too much. If I get a burn on my arm like Laura did, I normally just put the essential oil straight on there, and it doesn't really irritate my skin. So just as a precaution, you always want to test your skin to see how it's going to react.
Okay. All right, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. So next we have our dilution rates. So this is a good one for you, Lori, right? The dilution of the oils. So for babies, you really want to dilute it because they're really, really strong and the babies are very, very sensitive. So you want to do 1 drop to at least 1 tablespoon of carrier oil. And for children, then you want to do 1 drop of essential oil to at least 1 teaspoon of carrier oil. Adults, you want to do 3 to 6 drops to 1 teaspoon of the carrier oil. And then you can, you know, depending on your skin type too, you can make the dilution a little bit stronger or a little bit weaker, depending on the sensitivity of your skin. So wrinkles is another very, very big skin condition. And, you know, I thought this was really, really interesting too about how wrinkles start. So, you know, our skin after the age of 20, it produces 1 less percentage of collagen every year. I know that a lot of people take collagen as a supplement, and it's very, very good for your skin and for your internal organs with the skin around that. So after the age of 20, there's, you know, less collagen and the fibers become less elasticity. They become thicker and looser. So that's after the age of 20. That's still really young. So, you know, the skin becomes more brittle and wrinkles show up a little bit more. And the exfoliation process, remember, you know, the getting rid of the dead cells, that slows down. And so then the dead cells stay on your skin a little bit longer, and then it thickens the tissue also. So in our 30s, there's less moisture going between the dermis and the epidermis, and the felt cells start slowing down. The fat cells under our skin start to shrink too. So as the body ages, the skin produces less oil, causing the skin to become dry and for wrinkles to become more visible. And we notice the crow's feet, right, at the corners of the eyes. The corner of the eyes have less oil glands there. And so, you know, we normally can tell somebody's age, right, by these little lines at their eyes, unless of course the person is taking really, really good, you know, care of their skin and their body. So at the age of 40, you know, collagen production stops. That's wild. And, you know, fibers begin to break and stiffening, making regeneration of the cells more difficult. At the age of 50, you know, the skin becomes thinner due to less fat storage in the tissues under the skin and because of less of the hormone estrogen. And we the skin starts becoming thinner. So, and a decline of blood vessels also decreases circulation. And so that works against our complexion too. So other causes of wrinkles are pollutants. So free radicals, so we have electrons in our body, and they're positive and negative electrons. And these free radicals cause damage when they pull electrons from other molecules in our body. So this action actually alters the chemical structures and the biological functioning, and it increases the aging process. So, and it allows our skin to form more wrinkles. Pollution in the environment is a major source of free radical exposure. And although antioxidant enzymes can help protect against free radicals, their damage will occur regardless. So pollution, you know, how many chemicals are in our furniture? If you get new furniture, they have the spray guards on them. Our rugs, so many chemicals are in our rugs. And, you know, you walk in the store and they have rows and rows and cans of air fresheners and different type of ways to refreshen the air. And all of that are toxics. They're toxins to our nervous system also. And, you know, they're free radicals. So they really damage our skin and damage the inside of our bodies also. So, you know, exposure to sun also causes wrinkles. It's responsible for 80% of our wrinkles. That's wild. And, you know, the UV rays penetrates deep into the skin's dermal layer, and it causes the breakdown of much of the needed collagen and elastin. And as these essential proteins break down, then the skin begins to sag and wrinkles begin to show up. And so, you know, the sun damage causes the sunspots and rough textures and pigmentation problems to start showing up too. And it can also lead to skin cancers. There are certain essential oils that can help also with the skin cancer and help prevent it, like frankincense. If you go on to the WebMDs, onto the research, there's, you know, tons and tons of research out there on frankincense, helping to diminish the possibilities of skin cancers. So did you ever know that the carrier oil actually is a sunscreen? So macadamia oil has an SPF of 6. Non-GMO soybean oil has an SPF of 10. Avocado oil has an SPF of 4 to 10. Olive oil, even olive oil, has an SPF of 2 to 8. So we also have our shea butters, which has an SPF of 3 to 6. Almond oil is 5. Hemp oil is 6. Jojoba oil is 4. And coconut oils, depending on the type of coconut oil it is, it's a 2 to 8. So just from placing the carrier oils on our skin, we can have a natural skin protecting from the sun too. In addition to whatever, you know, if you want to use a sunscreen too, you can put the natural sunscreens, the natural oils on your skin first, and then you can put the store sunscreen on, and the carrier oil will protect your skin from absorbing any of the chemicals from the sunscreen. So general skincare. essential oils for just general skincare. Frankincense, they say frankincense is the father of all oils because it just helps with so many things. It's anti-inflammatory, it's restorative, it's going to help take away the wrinkles, the skin of the elastin and the collagen. Is the mother of all oils. Rose oil is sedative. It's going to have a sedative property to our skin. It's going to calm down, the redness and the irritation. In the skin. Lavender reduces antihistamine, antibacterial, regenerative. Geranium is that homeostasis again. It's a detoxifier, so it's going to help to detox our skin. It's regenerative, it's antitoxic. Roman chamomile again is anti-inflammatory, anti-allergenic, and it supports calmness. Neroli is an anti-inflammatory, regenerative, sedative, anti-immunogenic, so it's going to help to stop those aging spots, and it's going to help to stop the skin from producing those free radicals in the body. The heliochrysum, it's an anti-inflammatory, and it also mends broken veins. So stress has a lot to do with our skin too. Whenever we're stressed, our body doesn't work so well. And so our body then slows down and we don't have enough water in our body. It stops producing the oils. Stress causes wrinkles because we frown a lot whenever we're stressed and worried. So, the great thing to do is to keep our skin hydrated. Dry skin is, the number one cause of leading wrinkles. And it doesn't matter if you're dry due to sun damage or humidity, or if you drink too much coffee. Wrinkles display themselves more easily whenever the skin is dry and brittle. So really keep the skin hydrated. The carrier oils also help to add more oils to our skin, and it helps to hydrate our skin too. Water is really, really good to hydrate our internal organs. Like I had said, what's going on the inside shows up on the outside of our body. So it's really good to drink at least 8 cups of water per day. Our bodies are mostly comprised of water, and keeping it abundantly supplied has a lot of great health benefits. And it helps also to flush out the toxins and free radicals from our bodies. And getting more sleep and a restful sleep helps to reduce the stress of our body, and it increases the blood flow to our skin, and it helps to regenerate our skin cells. So, getting enough sleep helps to liven up our body. So, questions and comments?
Can't start. Hello. Oh,
Hi.
I couldn't start my video. No questions for me. Although the Roman chamomile, you keep mentioning that like week after week, and I'm just like, oh, I have to get that oil. That's one that I wrote down every single week as something that I just need based off of, all the benefits that you've been providing, all the information about it. So yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. So Lori, with the carrier oils, last time you mentioned about the oils not being absorbed into your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a great reference. for you to go back and see which carrier oils actually absorb the quickest into our body. The argan oil is really good, and it absorbs really quickly. It would be good for your feet also. And the jojoba oil.
Mm-hmm. I was curious about the acne because as old as I am, I still suffer from acne. So I have to look. I think it was sandalwood and a couple others. I have to look into those.
Is
Tea
really
tree.
good for acne.
Mm-hmm.
Chamomile.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
I know. And we thought that frankincense had all these properties, right?
You're right. Okay, yeah. So I'm going to look into those and see if I could test and apply to some of my acne.
Yeah. So if I get a eruption on my body and, like some acne spots, I just use the tea tree oil straight on my face, but just make sure that you experiment. Like if
Right.
you, you can use less of the carrier oil
Okay.
and more of the essential oil to make it a little bit stronger also.
Okay. Yes, thank you. And you had the dilution chart there too that I wrote down. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I try to cover all of my questions. Whenever I first started getting into this, these essential oils, I kept thinking, well, what would I like to know, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, I hope everybody has a great night.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.